Ba weep grogna weep mini bong, everybody. It's Splattercat. That was the universal greeting. That's right. I went there. I went Transformers up in this. I went Transformers up in this bitch. Now, where we had left off, we were on the 3rd floor. So let's go down to the 4th floor. We're gonna see what happens. We got some pistol ammo. I'm feeling pretty good. We're gunslinging. We're moving along. We're playing the Marine class. We're smoking our stogie, keeping ourselves nice and healthy. I wonder what happens if I try to cook rotten cheese. Probably nothing. It probably just gets smellier. People are already calling me Stinkbomb when I'm walking through the Marine Corps dorm because I'm carrying around rotten cheese in my pocket. Who does that? Rotten cheese all up in your pocket. Now, from the tops of the doors, I forgot to mention this, on previous floors, on the top of the doors, you can see what's actually inside there. So this is a medical door, so there's probably medical gear in here.
Mission accomplished.
And, oh, this guy needs to go now. These guys have laser cannons, and they hurt like a bitch. Like, they really do hurt. These mobs just really, you don't want them to exist for any extended period of time. Everything they do breaks down your armor. Everything they do is really unpleasant for you. Like, there's no great outcome for you fighting those mobs in an extended fashion. So I'm going to try and keep punching things to death as long as we possibly can, but I can't guarantee in any sense that we're not going to be forced to start using other tools of destruction, basically. Okay, we got to get rid of this slime, so I am going to switch back to my machine gun now. There we go, because he's got to go. Can't have him up in my business right now, my bidnass. So, get out of the way, blood demon. I like to think that when I punch them in the face, they get bloody mouth. And that's quite possible. He didn't look like he was bloody when he ran up. We got cyber connectors for connecting for cybers. Now, these guinea pigs appear to have overrun this entire facility. I don't know. Christ. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of variable John Woo action there. Just kind of switch in between weapons while running across the room fighting. We've got a pretty short amount of time till our next level up, so I'm semi-tempted to see if we can make it without using a healing item. But we'll try the med bay here. This may backfire on us, by the way. This may... Christ, there's another one. So with slimes, you always want to be careful, because slimes have a wide variety of horrible things they do to you. Some of them stack disease on you. Some of them hit you a ridiculous number of times. Are you serious? Are you serious? Let me get into the med bay, you little bastards. These guys are killing me out here. Literally just breaking my balls, unfortunately. And now we're wounded. I'm bleeding profusely from what appears to be my anus. You'll notice that the driplets are coming from the lower half, not the topper half. So that's really all we can assume, is that maybe that mob gave us diverticula or something. Diverticula, I don't remember what it's called. I'm not a med student. Hopefully this medbay heals us. You discover an interrogation pod and booby trap it. I really don't see that being very useful to me, unless the mobs go through and try to use the medbay, which I've never seen. So in any case, we did level up, which is our free health backup. And for now, let's keep putting points in finesse so that we can get better with ranged weapons, since that's all we have at the moment. And we are going to put some points into pistola. We're going to put some points into a rifle. And then we're also going to run through and maybe... Oh, I have no idea. Maybe iron out some weak spots, possibly? Like, ironing out mechanic or computer is what I'm leaning towards. I guess we'll go with mechanical, since we seem to be using that a bit more. That's an acid spray trap. Don't want to step on that. There's not a whole lot of good things that could happen as we go through there. I haven't tested out the blue doors yet. We'll test those out in the future. Looks like we got ourselves one of these little chest burster thingies. Let's see if we can punch it to death. And we got a pretty good chance of hacking that crate. Whatever. Or... killing me. Killing me, ammo crate. You are killing me. You are taking a stick, sharpening it, and poking me in the eye with it. I have choice words for you, crate, but I'll come back later. In the interest of the poor children's ears, I will come back later. Oh, this room is just booby-trapped to hell and back. Alright, so I guess we'll go in through this door. And it looks like we've got a console. And I guess we'll try and retrieve the data. No harm, no foul. And we failed. So we were just experienced enough with computer stuff to go to the bottom left to the toolbar and turn off the computer, apparently. We got confused. We were trying to get data and we ended up turning it off. And now our computer skill is just too low to turn it back on. It's too low, guys. It's too far. And what in the hell? Machine gun? This is my rifle. He said while he rocked back and forth. And since these mobs aren't really hurting us very much, I'm gonna try and punch them to death. Like, we're taking fractions of a damage, which I'm okay with. It's when you're taking those whole numbers that I'm not okay with. He's trying to get around behind us. He's trying to get all sneaky. He's trying some Jeet Kune Do stuff up in here. Wow, that one's mouth was bleeding before I got to it, so I guess it's not my fault. And we keep picking up bone slivers and things of that nature. I don't really know. We're gonna have to go with the pistol. I don't want to get mobbed up on, even though they don't hit very hard. I would prefer to avoid being surrounded. Now, this right here is a floor key. What this does, in my experience, is it makes it so you can get through any of the doors on the floor without having to lockpick. Now, in the long run, this is generally not recommended because A, you're not going to get the XP for lockpicking doors, and B, you're not going to upgrade your lockpicking skill by opening a ton of doors. So really, I would never pick those up. I don't. I avoid them like crazy. I will swear and use all kinds of profanity if I accidentally pick one up. That's how little I like them. And didn't these white doors do something? We didn't test it, did we? The trap recharges your multi-tool. Okay. So it recharges a random item. And let's go test out this other door over here. Well, maybe. I don't know. Oh, that mob came in, thought he was gonna he came in, thought he was gonna get a bite off, and then just ended up getting clacked in the face. That's why you don't mess with a Marine. He's got a cigar, red armor, and a machine gun. Like, you've got to realize as an NPC that your chances aren't so good going into these odds. Like, just based on the way a character is dressed in a video game, you should assume that your chance of success is probably pretty low. Let's try and get into the stasis system for some food. Apparently refrigerators in the future use all kinds of like stasis technology. I don't know, I didn't design it. And so we've got a bunch of ingredients here. Now, the number one problem, this game does have advanced crafting and like workshops and things like that. The one problem I've come across with the crafting system is that you lose all the items if you fail to craft. And since you have to experiment with items and risk losing them to figure out what you can and can't craft, it kind of puts a damper on the whole exploration mechanic. So really, unless I find a recipe, which I've never done thus far, I usually don't mess around with it too much. That one was empty. We didn't fail there. It was empty, but we did get our mechanic skill, so we did succeed. Where is the door to the next level?
No problem.
Alright, and an ammo crate. Let's see if we fail with 99% like always. Hey! We got some more bullets. Some more bullets for our rifle! Which, I'll take that. I will take that. And you know what? This guy just thinks he's like the Bruce Wayne of aliens, throwing bolas and stuff at people, trying to trip them up. Like I'm some kind of super villain. A super villain? It sounds like a civilian with superpowers. A super villain. Now what he has dropped, and this is kind of risky, what he has dropped here is a Tarka Martial Trainer. What the Tarka Martial Trainer does is you're basically gambling. You go to use, and basically it leverages your computer skill, and if it succeeds, you get a ton. Like, you get like 15 points of a random skill related to melee combat. However, if you fail, you lose brain power. Now, since we're pretty much retarded already, I'm just going to go for it. And improper programming reduces our brains. So really, that's not going to hurt us too much. It'll hurt our resists a tad, but, you know, in the wake of the evidence of what we could have gotten out of it, it was worth it for our character. For other characters like the engineer, it may not be worth it since brains are his main stat, and you really want to keep those upwards and mobile. So I think I'm going to stick with the pistol from here on out. We're getting down to the floors now where there's going to be... I really need to stop looting things before all the mobs are cleared. So there we are. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else want a piece? Alright, good. That's about what I thought. We're going to try and lockpick this nuclear bomb fat boy looking thing. And apparently we failed and we broke the lock. And also set off an alarm, so... Not only are we failing, we are failing with style. And what is this? A utility belt. Yeah, we're like Batman now. An efficient combat belt that allows a person to carry more items. Hell yeah. Oh, that's cool. And so as you saw, it expanded our carrying out by, I think, let's see here. Can I take it off? I can't really tell what side of the grid it's adding squares to, but I can only assume that it's working. Oh, and you want to get some BattleBot. Alright. Step into the Thunderdome, buddy. And as you see, as you get to lower levels, the enemies start to get guns and things of that nature. It starts to get rowdy up in this party, believe me. It starts to get real rowdy. Some of the enemies have like hand grenades and things. It just gets ridiculous. Now, he did drop a cybernetic brain. I don't really know what that's good for. I haven't found any recipes in the game yet. This is like my 10th or 11th playthrough, and I still have found 0 recipes. I know that you get them from the data cores. You get messages out of the data mainframes, but I've never had a character with a high enough decipher skill to actually figure out what the hell a message is saying, so I'm going to punch this guinea pig to death. Well, maybe. Maybe we'll shoot this guinea pig to death. There we go. I feel better with that decision. And I actually, for whatever reason, I really like the sound effect when you fire guns in this game. It sounds beefy. It's got some thunk to it. And I like guns that are thunky and bassy. Now, we'll unlock that door just for academic purposes. Just to increase that old lockpick skill. Just to get that old lockpick skill leveled up down here. And then we will shoot that mob in the face and then punch him a couple times. There we go. Right as rain. And we are diminishing our ammo supplies. So maybe I'll go back to punching for a bit. The lack of a weapon in our melee slot is really very... Oh god. So, this is the kind of room that's actually pretty terrifying to go into. We don't have a level up available. I guess I'll use these stim patches to get myself kind of squared away. And then we will wait and see what these robots do. So, let's face the door here, and let's pass a couple turns. And see if we can get them to show up. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this. If you want to switch your facing without actually moving your character, you can hold down control and you can hit a direction. It'll just change his facing. Just so you know. The more you know. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. That's the kind of shot that I was looking for. So we're going to try and clear this room because it looks like it has useful stuff in it. However, there are some rather nasty robots in here, so hopefully we'll be able to dodge them. I'm going to hang out and kind of rest, maybe. And the kind of problem that I run into with these robots is they don't try to close distance with you. So really, you have to come to them, which leads to all kinds of tactical issues. And then we've got just all kinds of battle bots down in here. We can only hope that that next attack would kill them off, and it did. So we got a reasonable amount of XP there. I'm not really sure if the trade-off for fighting my way through that room was worth it, but we did get a bunch of loot. Oh dear. So we just took even more damage. So I think what our best plan is, I guess let's get through this loot. See what we can get out of this. A photonic amplifier, so that we can amplify presumably our photons. I don't know what photons we're equipped with, but you know, never hurts. And a composite cloth. Now I really don't want to go through that door again, so we're going to avoid it. And I've noticed that any room marked with a shield is generally kind of a screw you room. Like, it basically tells you to go die in a fire and hits you with a bunch of robots like that last one did. I'm semi-tempted to go in here and check out this room to get some medical supplies, but I think what we're going to do is fall back and we'll just rest for now. So I'm going to face the right direction. We're going to hit Control X. There we are. And we're going to rest it out until we get some health back. And so how have you guys been? You guys been feeling okay? You guys been keeping it real? I've had stomach problems lately. My tummy has just been like rumbly and all kinds of upset. It's like Thunderdome up in there. It is really just all the time. Last couple days I'd probably go to a doctor, but you know, what's better than being sick for a few days before you go out into the field? Yes, that's right. I have 6 days until I go back out into the field at the time of this recording anyways. And really I'm just trying to pass time right now because we are just lazily resting away. Hopefully we'll get our health back, but this is also draining our hunger. So hopefully our hunger doesn't get too low from this whole process. Yeah, it looks like it is draining out, so I guess that's the trade-off, is it kind of limits how much you can rest. I kind of wondered what the purpose of food was, and that seems to be the limiting reactant here in our little equation, so we'll let our health get up a little bit higher. I wasn't expecting to take that kind of damage from that grouping of mobs. They were hitting us really, really hard, and for some reason our armor isn't on. How did that happen? Weird. I don't remember taking off my armor, but I guess I did at some point because the armor is no longer on me. So that explains why we were taking such ridiculous amounts of damage. It does not pay to be an ignoramus like Splattercat. Pay better attention to what you're doing. Don't be like me. You will probably get much further in this game. So I'm going to eat some moldy bread and some moldy cheese because we haven't found a purifier. We've got some interesting ingredients this time, so hopefully we'll be able to make some pretty cool gear maybe in the future. I mean, I don't have much faith in the crafting system in this game just yet because I haven't really got to utilize it. Even when playing as the engineer, it seems pretty rare. Did I just accidentally use one of my... I think I did. I think I accidentally used one of my antibiotics. That's unfortunate. And so we'll save the rest for later. So we've got a couple rations left, but I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's check out the med bay here. And we aren't going to waste machine gun rounds. We're just going to kind of... Oh, never mind. We're getting the hell out of Dodge. There's one of those laser bots over there, which I said we needed to watch out for. So we're going to circle around. Maybe there's a door over here. Yeah, we're going to circle around and see if we can get some shots in on him. Let's reload real fast. And if we can't pick this door, we're going to be in between a rock and a very hard place. Ow! How dare you point blank me with a laser, my friend. My robot-y, skinny, clawy friend. We've got a damaged medbay here. Oof. Not a very good chance of success there, so I guess I'll just bypass it. We've got another med kit. Okay, so that makes me feel a little bit better. That gives us a little bit more of a margin of error. I don't remember what the yellow doors do. Oh, they increase our health. Hey now. Don't mind. Oh no, I wasted ammo. Don't mind if I do take the extra health though. I will definitely take you up on that offer, kind door. I always prefer my doors friendly. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever met a door with a less than cheerful disposition, but, you know, can I only use it once? I guess it's not, like, ridiculously hackable. We'll try and repair these cookers just to get our mechanical skill up. We'll see what happens here.
Who's a smart monkey?
And there we are. Those freebie level ups. I tell you what, there's nothing more satisfying than a free level up. And there we go. So we got a couple mechanical levels. We've got kind of... Well, I don't know if we have anything on. Let's cook one of these. Let's see what happens if we cook a stink sack. Yeah, recipe's invalid. Item has been destroyed. Well, we learned something. As long as you learn something, it's not a complete waste.
Really?
Oh, God. Point blank with a machine gun. Well, I'm about to return the favor, bud, so... Then I'm going to punch your little compatriot to death. How do you feel about that? Just to add insult to injury, I don't even need to fight you, little robot. I'll just punch you. Well, I guess that is fighting you, huh? Me and my contradictory statements. And the robots don't set off those mines, which is very frustrating. And these are the crafting benches I was talking about. These are the benches that... Oh, he's trying to lead me through a trap. Sneaky bugger. Sneaky bugger. Yeah, I'm not going to fall for that one, buddy. So I guess we'll activate the lab here.
No problem.
Just to get some free electronics skill. And really, I don't have any... What are you doing, robot? Are you just trying to disturb my crafting? So let's get ourselves another little dose of electronics, because that's really one of our lower stats. So I'm pretty happy that this little grouping... We may get, actually, if we get 4 electronics skill out of this, that's going to be amazing for us. It's going to save us quite a few points in the long run. Okay, it's namely... It might save us like 2 points. But I'm trying to be optimistic here. I'm trying to be optimistic. So let's not be a little black rain cloud. And going up now, I guess, is the only thing left for us to... Oh, sneak attack. He was like, sneak attack. He saw me do that in my Don't Starve Let's Play. That's what it was. He saw my sneak attack strategy and he emulated it. The robots of the future sure are amazing little critters. And we got another one of these weird alien things. A strangler. So we'll take a couple shots at him because I don't think I can punch him to death without taking fairly substantial damage. There we are. And he dropped some Tarka war bread, which is good because, you know, our food supply is not absolutely so stellar as I would like it to be now that we've refilled. Oh, I'm blind. I'm blind. I guess we'll rest for a minute until we aren't blind anymore. Make use of our time wisely. Since we're going to be running in circles anyways, we may as well be standing here getting HP back. Now, when this happens and there's mobs around you, what I will recommend is using the manual targeting to just fire in random directions until you figure out where they're standing, and then just hope that they don't move. At least that's what I do, because it's really all you can do once you're blinded. And so we'll stop resting now, and let's use our level up. I'm apprehensive to use my level up, without having low health. But then again, we could use the extra HP from the level up. Hey, how many rifle rounds are we up to? Almost 120. Well, 110. And then we got a charge hub. Let's see if we can get some charge on. Let's get our charge on. And so our little repair tool thing is recharged now. Did we do what the gray gems were? I don't remember. It destroys a random item. Okay, we did. And so there's a lot of doors that are going to try and destroy our random items. But that's unfortunate because I enjoy my random items. I like them much more than my specific objects, I guess. And so we'll use our repair tool to boost it on this because a light weapons locker has a chance of dropping guns. A machine pistol. Let's take a look here. Let's take a little look and see. It looks like a space Uzi. So our accuracy will go up. Our penetration goes down. And it looks like our damage stays the same. But how many shots does it get? Odd. Well, I mean, I suppose we could equip both. Is this a single shot pistol maybe? We'll try it out on the next mob. We'll equip our space Uzi. I'm pretty happy. If you haven't played this game, getting weapons is pretty rare. Like, you don't find them very often. It looks like there's areas we haven't explored, so let's make sure we hit the entire floor before we get out of here. I loathe to leave anything behind. That one decreases our health. What does this one do? Decreases our speed for 30 rounds. Well, it could be worse. At least we're isolating what each of these doors do.
Let's try shooting it.
Always a good plan. And if you fail 3 times, it permalocks the door, by the way. Oh, it uses up 5 rounds at a time. When 2 bullets isn't enough, use 5. It seems like the kind of ad that, like, Uzi would use. When a 32 round clip just isn't enough. And so let's go down to the next floor. I think this is probably a good spot to break off this episode. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in this, the second iteration of our LP of Sword of the Stars, The Pit. Such a great game, so much fun. Another roguelike that I have thrown, well, not a ridiculous amount of time, but I see myself throwing a ridiculous amount of time at it in the future. So if you enjoy it, feel free to check it out on Steam. It's being developed by Kerberos Software, and I will see you guys next time. Take care out there.